we recording?
Yes, you are on live right now.
Thank you. Okay, so, guys, Bocaroonies. Part 2 of factoring to solve a quadratic. Okay, so we know, we don't just stop at, the factoring. We continue, okay? So, this is factoring. Everybody, you've already written this down, or if not, go ahead and write it down. This is the quadratic that we're going to solve by factoring, and clearly you can see that our A term, okay, is greater than 1. There it is, okay? And so, blast from the past, okay, our 4 steps to solve by factoring when the A value is greater than 1, okay? Step 1, multiply A times C and fill in the magic X. Here we go. 2 times 18. Here we go. Okay, 2 times 18 is that 36? Yes. 36, okay? So multiply A times C. 2 times 18 is 36. Now we fill in the rest of the magic X. What is our B term? Negative 15. Here's our puzzle, okay? What two numbers, when multiplied together, give you a positive 36? But when you add them together, gives you a negative 15.
No.
So what are the multiples of 36? You have 1 times 36, 2 times 18, 3 times 12. Does that help?
Yep.
Ding, ding, ding.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think it is then?
12 times 15. I'm so sorry.
12 times 15.
I'm so sorry. I wasn't thinking.
Okay, let's try that again. 1 times 36, 2 times 18, 3 times 12, or what would be another one?
12 times 6.
That's it. 3 times 12, you guys. 3 and 12.
I'm
Negative
stupid.
and negative.
I'm
So let's try this out. A negative times a negative gives you a positive, and negative 3 minus 12 gives you a negative 15. Okay? So you guys, we did step 1. You multiply A times C, put it in the magic X, fill in the rest of the magic X. Step 2, take the first term. Remember this? Write it exactly the same way. Fill in your 2 spaces and take the last term and write it exactly the same way. Now we have to fill in what goes where, okay? So there's intelligence to our choice. We have to put multiples with each other, okay? Is 3 a multiple of 2, you guys? No. So I'm going to put the negative 12 here and see, because you know that one of those, the 2 binomials have to match. Let's see how we do, okay? So that was step 2. Step 3, GCF. Okay, so let's prepare ourselves to pull out the GCF of both of those. Okay, so what's the GCF of these 2 terms? They're both multiples of 2, and they both have an A variable. So 2A times what gives me 2A squared? A. 2A times what gives me a negative 12A, negative 6. Okay, you guys remembering this from unit 6? Okay. Now, what's the GCF here? They're both multiples of 3. Okay, so let's pull out the negative, because I noticed that this needs to be a negative 6 here. Okay. So negative 3 times what gives me negative 3A, A, and negative 3 times what gives me a positive 18, negative 6, because a negative times a negative gives me a positive, okay? Now you just bring them together, okay? So 1 and 2. Again, you guys, at this point, we're still just factoring, okay? So we bring our 2A minus 3, and then these match, that's what we wanted, and we have a minus 6 equals 0. Don't forget to bring down your equals 0. Okay, let me tighten that up a little bit. Okay, so have we solved for our solutions yet? No. So what do we have to do at this point? Okay, if we were factoring, we would stop here. Done. Okay, but we're solving, so we take it one step further, draw the squiggly, split it. Right? Now you take 2a minus 3 equals 0. And then on this side, we take a minus 6 equals 0. And on both sides, we solve for a. Okay? What are the two steps we have to do here to solve for a? We're going to add 3 and divide by 2. Okay? So add 3 to both sides. 2a equals 3. Okay? And then divide by 2 on both sides. A equals 3 halves. Or you could say 1.5, you know, if you were graphing, but you can leave it at 3 halves. Okay, and what's the only step we have to do here to solve for a on this side? Add 6 to both sides. Okay, and a equals 6, and we're done. Okay, we're going to do a practice example together. That's a wrap for this video. Thank you, sir.